Hello everyone, Alex RC Freak here, coming at you with another video. This is a video on my revo 2.0 VXL brushless, whatever you want to call it, the newest edition. So I'm doing some work on it, kind of, doing some maintenance. The weather's starting to get nicer. I apologize, I haven't made a lot of videos lately or recently. Like I said, the weather's been crap. It's starting to get sunnier out. It's actually pretty sunny today. It's like 65, 63 degrees or something like that. So, I live in Spokane. So, anyway, starting to get nicer out. As you know, I do not drive my vehicles in any type of water puddles, mud, lake, little puddle things, or anything like that. Rain, nothing. No wet ground, no wet grass. I don't do that because it's about as dumb as you can get. Because you're going to be... The people who do that are those guys that are on the forum. Oh my god, I don't understand why my bearings are locked up. Or I went to do maintenance on my differentials and my differential ring and pinion are all rusty. So I'm no disrespect for those people, but it's so annoying to be on the forum and they just can't understand, it seems like, why their vehicle is having issues after driving on water like people do with the X-Max. They get paddle tires and drive across the lake. That is the dumbest thing to do. So don't be that D-bag on the forum that sits there and complains about your vehicle having problems because your bearings aren't waterproof, even though they're rubber sealed, quote unquote. So, your transmission case hasn't waterproof, your differentials ain't waterproof, or are not waterproof, whatever way you want to say it. Anyway, long story short, what I got for this thing today is actually a new product. It's a Proline body saver kit. So, or not Proline, I apologize, RPM. So, this is the kit right here. So RPM just came out with these. They're a body saver kit. So basically, you know how on these bodies, the screw holes like to get pulled out right here. So let me bring you up closer here so you guys can actually see what I'm talking about here. So if you guys notice, let's see here, these screw holes right here like to get pulled out of the body. I think I have a couple. Actually, no, this body's actually doing okay for the time being, but I actually really like the designing of this body. I really do. I just wish it was a little thicker, but these get pulled out. So RPM has tried to make a product right here. These are for the front, it looks like, and these are for the back because they're a little longer because they're a little farther apart in the back. So they tried to make a product to help stop that. So now notice these vents right here, these little slats, are instead like straight up and down, they're angled back like that. So they're angled back like this. So make sure that they're pointing back to the back of the vehicle. So I'm going to open up this package and we're going to go through this here together. So it's not too hard to install. You got 4 screws in the front, 4 screws in the back. Not hard. I don't know how well these will work. Let's check it out. Let's see how they are. It comes with instructions. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, really. So basically, it gives you instructions, which, is kind of nice of them doing it like that. So there's the instructions. So if you guys can see that, hopefully you can. So they're 3mm by 12mm long screws. This is the package of screws they give you. So this is the thing. Now take an X-Acto knife when you break these off. Here, let me do this on camera. Set that aside. So see those little tabs sticking out right there? Those little tabs right there? Cut that off with an X-Acto knife because they just look bad. So do that real quick. Okay, so these screws are button head style screws. If you want to notice, sorry about my arm being in the way, but these are button head style screws. See how they have kind of a dome to them? This is what they're called. They're a 2mm Allen. So they're 3mm in diameter. There's a 2mm Allen in the center, and they're 12mm long. So these are the screws they give you. They look kind of short to me. Now, this is for the back. This is for the front, like I say. But, I mean, they're kind of thin. Like, if you notice, like right here, they're actually very thin. Like, that's paper thin. It's wide in the front, but in the back, check this out. It's pretty thin right there, and it's really thin. I'm trying to get it to focus right there. So these may break. I don't know. The thing with RPM, I do like their products. Only thing I'm going to say with RPM, I do like their products. I have them in a lot of my vehicles. Actually, almost every one of my RCs that they make it for. Is lately, the way they've been engineering plastic parts or parts for RC vehicles, in my opinion, has not been very good. The last few RPM parts I've broken, you know, wouldn't, like, for example, the X-Max A-arms, RPM, those broke. I went through 4 sets, and they've all broke, every single A-arm. So, and that's with, like, you know, light bashing, normal bashing, not doing the crazy jumping off a house, you know, onto concrete kind of bashing, just normal jumps that most normal people would drive the X-Max, you know what I'm saying, off-road. The bumper brackets for that, as I've broken those, I can't even count how many times I've broken those. This has an RPM front bumper bracket, and it's broken. Like I say, so with RPM, you know, usually RPM for, this is, Traxxas calls this one 1/10 scale. It's really more of 1/8 scale, but Traxxas says it's a 10 scale, which is whatever. But the RPM for either 10 scale, 8 scale, or smaller is usually pretty good. If you get into 1/6 scale, 1/5 scale for RPM, it's really not that good. The factory usually is pretty good on 5th scale. That's my opinion. I'd rather just run factory arms. Just saying. But let's jump into this. So what we're doing, let's get you up close here. So you got the front of your e-revo, basically, if you can say. And basically what we want to do is take a 2mm Allen. You can take a, you know, screwdriver. Oh, actually, this one you want to use a 2.5mm. So you just loosen it. It's like so. And you do that to all 4 of these. So once you got your screws loosened, you just take these vents, make sure the vent angled towards the back, stick them on, which I like how they did the vents where these parts are angled toward the back. See, like how they're, I don't know how well you can see that, but see how they're kind of angled back like that towards the camera? Like they're facing, the slats are facing at an angle. They're not straight up and down. They're at an angle slightly. So it looks a little better. Or you could just do it this way. This short part right here goes towards the front. This longer part right here goes toward the back. So you just stick them on like that. They fit on there really nicely. You take your 3mm that came with the, you know, kit by 12mm screws, button head style screws. Take those and you stick them through here. And you just thread them in. Pretty easy. You can kind of hold it down with your finger here. Just thread it in. And they'll help give the body some protection, just like a little bit of, like, I guess you could say in a sense, a skid plate. I like to crisscross it just because I'm weird like that. I know some people are like, it's not going to matter, but that's just how I like to do it. So yeah, these are, you know, 2mm Allen right here. Factories are 2.5mm. Flat faced Allen screws. Now, I kind of recommend doing this by hand. You know, it takes a little bit of time. Sorry if my hand's in the way there. But at least you get it in right. So let me give you a view of that real quick here. So that's what they look like when they're correctly installed. Real nice. Now let's go over to the back here. Scoot right over to the back here. Let's see if I can just move this like that. Okay. So basically, same thing with the back. So you got the back here. Alright, so I'm going to loosen all these screws. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 2.5 millimeter Allen, and I strongly recommend you get a nice Team Integi bigger handle Allen. There's bigger handle Allens and there's smaller handle Allens. I recommend getting the bigger handle from Team Integi. These are great Allens actually, by the way. So I'm going to loosen all of these screws. Okay, once you got all 4 screws loosened, stick these just like so. Just like that. Take your, like I say again, your 3 millimeter by 12 millimeters long screws right here. Just poke them on through. Now, to be honest with you, this is just my suggestion right here. I think these are going to break right here, to be honest with you. I think this is going to be the breaking point on these if they hold up to bashing. I don't know. They might hold up real well, you know. But I have a feeling if it, let's say a bad accident, bad crash, a cartwheel, landing off a jump real hard on the back end on its keister, you might crack these or break them right here. That's the only thing I can say. But hey, if this helps, you know, with the body getting, you know, sometimes you use your finger, push it down, use your finger, push it down. All right, so basically you just take these screws and tighten it. Oh, you don't fling it all over the place here. So maybe just take it down, hold it, start screwing it in. I think once you get it started, it'll be all right. You probably don't need to really hold it down per se, but yeah, this goes pretty easy. But they fit pretty nice too, you know. The only thing is dirt may get trapped underneath here, and you may have to take them off to clean your body. If you want, but you know, or wash the body off with water, you know, whatever you want to do, hose or whatever, you know, whatever works best for you. I like to use either a simple green, diluted, half and half, like, you know, fill half of it with simple green, the rest with water. That's what I like to do. Or you could use glass cleaner, you know, Windex, you know, whatever, Walmart glass cleaner. That's, you know, I use that because sometimes it doesn't leave a streak, you know, it'll help out. So just saying. But this is what it looks like, you know, installed. It's pretty easy install, really. I mean, just in case someone didn't know, this is the body, you know, protector kit. But yeah, make sure they're all tight. Bam. And that's all there is to it. Let's just, you know, check this thing out here. So they don't look bad. They kind of give it like a roll cage look almost, and they're tight. They don't wiggle around. You know, there's not a gap on the body. The truck looks good. Yeah, they look nice on there. And if you guys are wondering, that is my original revo brushless edition. You know, RPM steering knuckles, RPM True Track in the back. I wish they made that for the 2.0. That'd be awesome. RPM, if you're listening, make it for the dang 2.0, please and thank you. But anyway, got XT90 connectors, the real Mamba Monster 2 speed control, the Castle Creations 2200 kV motor. This does not have a center differential in it. It has this normal gear that's aluminum spur gear cover, Robinson Racing Gen 3 spur gear, Hot Racing shock caps, Traxxas Revo Platinum Edition 3.3 sway bar kit in the front and back. You know, hardened steel ring and pinion gears, you know, MIP CVDs, Traxxas steel center drive lines. So it's, I mean, it has a whole bunch more to it, but I can't remember. That thing's upgraded next year and back again. So that was my first ride. But now I don't really drive that one too much. I was just taking off the tires because it's been sitting for a long time. This is the one I take if I'm gonna go bashing and I want to take a revo. Like if I want to I don't know if I ever like, hey, I want to drive my Revo because I haven't driven it in a while. I'll probably take this one over that any day of the week because that one will usually have some kind of issue, break something. It's usually diffs. That one is actually really tough, except the diffs still break, and I have a hardened steel ring and pinion gears on there. So, and they still mess up, and I have aluminum diff cups. So basically, every time I run that one, I have to rebuild the diffs. No joke. If I can get an entire battery pack through it, I have to rebuild the diffs by the end of the day. So this one has about, I would say, 12 runs on it. Maybe, yeah, about 12 runs on it. I haven't driven a whole lot, but it's held up. The differentials have held up. Traxxas really did badass on the differentials and transmission on this, the way they designed it. And if Traxxas, if you're watching this, thank you, finally, thank you for doing steel CVDs. Okay, these are the CVDs right here. Thank you for doing the steel CVDs, and thank you for doing these Traxxas so big to where these are like a 8mm, maybe even bigger, 9mm. Inside here, when you take off this drive cup here, it's like a 9mm shaft that comes out and this drive cup screws to. So thank you, Traxxas, for actually making the spider gears in this thing actually strong. This thing does not have X-Max diffs in it, so whoever is saying that is ass backwards goddamn wrong. It does not have X-Max diffs. It has updated revo 2.0 diffs for the truck, not X-Max. It has Mod 1 gear pitch like the X-Max throughout the gears in this vehicle, but that does not mean it has X-Max diffs. So I'm sick of hearing people say it has X-Max diffs. It does not. I actually did a video, if you search through my channel, I actually did a video comparing these diffs to an actual X-Max differential. Totally different differentials. The X-Max differential clearly is a lot bigger. The ring and pinion has nothing even remotely looks like the Revo. So just saying. Anyway, I'll shut up. But yeah, so this is my truck. I'm gonna be doing these in red right back here. I don't know how well you guys can see that. My camera's not really wanting to focus too well today. But I'm gonna be doing these in red, just like the fronts here, how they're in red right over here. I'm gonna be doing these in red. Now these are all these push rods and these toe links up front and back are off the original or eRevo original brushless edition upgraded push rods and toe links. So I had them on my original eRevo right over there. I had them on there and I took them off and put them on this. And they fit. Because I was originally just doing it just to see if they fit. Traxxas does make push rods for this vehicle for the 2.0. So if you have the, high wanted green version, you can get green push rods, which I wish I had the green version, but the hobby shop screwed me on that. I ain't gonna get into that. But yeah. So anyway, thank you guys for watching the video. Sorry it's long, but if you guys have any questions about this truck, please let me know. I'm running a fuse. Let me just show you real quick. I like to just do a kind of a rundown. I'm running 100,000 weight diff fluid front and rear, XT90 connectors, Savox 1230 servo. This is just a quick body off. I just kind of want to show you guys what I'm doing. These are custom made shock covers with skulls in them. My lovely grandmother made them for me. So, yeah, it has a Traxxas rear chassis brace. Yeah, I really like this truck. This speed control is only holding on. I have double side tape on there, but it failed. So it's only holding on by that screw right there. That's a 3mm by 8. So just so you know, the switch hits the body. It's kind of big and bulky. It's a pain in the ass. So, it does run pretty dang good with this, but I'm going to put the factory ESC back in it. There's nothing wrong with it running this. It's just, I just don't like that little floppiness. I don't want to like cause damage to the ESC because it works fine. I just put it in there for shits and giggles, but I'm going to put the factory one in there because the factory one actually is more than enough power for this thing, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's the truck, and thanks for watching. Alex RC for Peace.